Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about some next level cybersecurity solutions. Specifically, we're going to look at Cortex XDR and whether or not you should consider it for your organization. Hi, I'm Steve Murphy. I'm a vice president at ARG, and while I work for ARG, this video is my own and not necessarily a reflection of the views or opinions of my employer. Cortex XDR from Palo Alto is a next generation cybersecurity managed threat and detection platform. In fact, they would be upset if I called it a managed threat and detection platform. It's really much more than a traditional MDR. If you're not familiar with XDR, check out my video on the topic, but in a very high-level summary, an XDR consolidates logs and alerts from across multiple IT categories. Categories like network, cloud, endpoints, and so forth. XDRs differentiate themselves from traditional security information and event management platforms, or SIEMs, in that they can gather alerts and logs across a variety of IT categories and analyze the information through artificial intelligence and machine learning to come up with a much more robust activity chain to help the security operations engineers troubleshoot an issue. Now, Palo Alto's Cortex XDR has two versions. A basic version called Prevent and a Pro version. Prevent gives you endpoint detection and response, EDR. It provides device control, disk encryption, USB management, a host firewall, endpoint incident and response capabilities, and an optional threat intel feed. So Prevent is a good EDR. In fact, it's probably one of the better EDRs in the industry, but it's not an XDR. The Pro version of XDR extends the capability past the endpoint to network, identity applications, cloud, and third-party platforms. It includes behavioral analytics, role-based detection, accelerated investigation, and response automation. The accelerated investigation is most interesting to me. Now, you see, the biggest problem in the cybersecurity industry, other than trying to protect your stuff from the bad guys, is staffing people to protect your stuff from the bad guys. Trying to find staff that will stay for a period of time is very challenging and very expensive in the cybersecurity industry. So Cortex XDR's accelerated investigation capabilities really reduces the workload of your security engineers and allows you to get by with fewer staff. And it also prevents the alert exhaustion that staff encounter with other platforms. The Cortex XDR reverse engineers incidents to reveal root cause and provides the SOC member with key data to remediate rather than having them do the research on their own. Palo Alto's Cortex XDR reduces total cases and therefore workload by grouping similar incidents together. That allows the security engineer to work one master incident rather than several individual incidences. And one of my favorite features is the ability to categorize incidents by MITRE attack category. So this allows you to prioritize your cases and work those that are at a much more serious stage. So for example, you would want to prioritize an incident that is at the exfiltration stage versus one that is still at the discovery stage. It also performs identity analytics and assigns a risk score to individual users, which I like quite a bit. You can control assets from the console. Some other ways that Cortex allows you to create significant efficiencies for the SOC is that in its prevention EDR blocks threats before they start on endpoints. And its detection platform reaches across multiple platforms to string a series of actions not otherwise visible to the engineer together to create the entire context of an incident. Event chaining quickly identifies the root cause, and the XDR recommends the course of action. Now, Palo Alto's Cortex XDR is a very powerful tool, but is it right for your organization? Well, first of all, if you're just looking at putting together a security operations team, I would suggest that you start with a managed service provider rather than jumping into buying a product like Cortex XDR. Cortex XDR, in my opinion, is really for the mature security organization who has staff and probably has a considerable number of Palo Alto point solutions in their security stack already. That's where you're going to get the most benefit. If you're just working on building a security operations organization, again, my preference and what we generally advise clients is to look at a managed service provider, an MSSP or a managed detection and response provider, rather than trying to staff this your own, because the human element is going to be very difficult to overcome. I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and thanks very much for doing that. If you want to continue the conversation about XDR or any of the other topics, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description of this video, and I love hearing from viewers. With that, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great day.